Let's bring in attorney Mark Lehnardt. He works with international clients to resolve trade issues, and we want to welcome you to the broadcast. You've heard a lot of countries squawking about these proposed tariffs. Justin Trudeau jumping on the phone with the President of the United States to complain about it. You've got an economic advisor, Gary Cohn, saying, I'm going to quit. He lost in the dispute. But the U.S. President standing firm today as he was talking about this. Give me a couple of scenarios. Best case scenario, everything goes Donald Trump's way. Worst case scenario, it play out the way he like it to.
Well, I think you'd say best case scenario for the world might be that it doesn't play out the way Donald Trump wants it. But he's known for doubling down on what he wants to do. And so if it doesn't go his way, we could see more of these national security tariffs. We could see more action. And what we've seen with Gary Cohn leaving, or soon to leave, is that now the anti-trade elements are getting stronger in the White House. And so, best case scenario for Donald Trump, I think he just gets his way quickly. This steel and aluminum may be more about NAFTA negotiations, because Canada is really the big deal when it comes to steel and aluminum. And if he gets his way quickly and he gets what he wants out of NAFTA, maybe he pulls back. And if he doesn't, we'll see the anti-trade element.
There's no telling what could happen. We've learned that about the White House. You heard in Hendrick's report, farmers in the Kansas City area could be impacted. You've got this action reaction. There's talk about Kentucky bourbon and Levi's. The tit for tat element of all of this. Talk to me about that.
Well, what the EU does with bourbon and Harley-Davidson motorcycles, for example, is, Harley-Davidson's in Wisconsin. They want Paul Ryan to go to bat for them, right? And they want Mike McConnell also to, and they have already. It's not the first time that the EU has retaliated with bourbon and Harley-Davidson, right? And so, in each country, when they're going to retaliate, some take the approach of, how can I get pressure on the president? And that's where they go. Whether China does the same or takes a heavy stick against soybeans, for example, remains to be seen.
Yeah, Paul Ryan already talking about it today. So the Speaker of the House going on record saying he's not crazy about this. Wall Street also, I just picked a couple of headlines. Shares dollar tumble after Trump advisor Cohn steps down. Wall Street alarmed as Cohn departure fires up trade war angst. What are the elements there, Wall Street? What are we likely to see there? We do see how it can gyrate over news like this.
Sure. Well, Wall Street's all about expectations. And what are we going to see if there is a trade war? With Gary Cohn leaving, we lose some of the pro-trade element in the White House, and maybe we're taking a step towards a trade war. And, historically, it's been bad for the U.S. and it's been bad for the whole world. So with the events that have been happening, Wall Street's saying, well, we've got to take a step back from our optimism and wait and see what happens.
Gary Cohn wasn't listened to by the U.S. president, but let's say he wanted to listen to you. You were invited into the Oval Office. What would you tell him?
I'm a pro-trader. I believe it's good for the world. With my economics background, it makes sense for everyone. There are people who lose everywhere, and we have something in the U.S. to adjust for that. It's trade adjustment assistance. So I would say, let the process work. We've got trade protection when there is some unfair trade with anti-dumping and countervailing duty actions. Why step in and take a broad stick to something, calling it national security, when really what we need are targeted solutions?
Well, Mark, maybe he's listening to you right now. There's no telling what could happen, but thanks for coming in and visiting us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.